have arrived at the archaeological site, but because it's archaeological site of Olympia, but because it's so spread out, there are apparently two entrances. There is an entrance through the museum and has its parking place here, and there is another entrance down, I don't know exactly how much further down, where there's a second entrance where you can go straight to the site. From what I understand, I'm going now to the museum first. No bright star more quickening than the sun must thou search in the void firmament by day, so neither shall we find any games greater than the Olympic whereof to utter our voice. So this is for Hieron of Syracuse, winner in the horse. The translation was by Sir Richard Francis Barton. The Greek: μη ζητείς τον έρημο τον ουρανό όταν η μέρα λάμπει, άστρο πλέον φλογερό και φωτοβόλο από τον ήλιο, και μην ελπίζεις να δοξάσεις έναν στίβο πλέον ένδοξο από αυτόν της Ολυμπίας. The entrance from here has steps. I didn't see any ramps. Okay. Yeah, so yeah, no ramps here. Maybe there is easier if you choose the other one. So opening hours 8 to 8, and you can't touch anything. You can't step on the ancient ruins. You can't smoke. You can't enter in swimsuits. You can't have your dogs besides special the escorting dogs. No food or drinks. No professional photo filming is not allowed without permission. So this is the museum. It looks huge, guys. Well, I have to ask if they will allow me to film anything in there. Probably not. Unfortunately, they didn't allow me to film with the GoPro. So instead, I've took quite a few shorts videos, which are allowed, and a lot of photos. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make some voice, record my voice, and give you some photographs, because the museum is absolutely stunning. Really, I was shocked, especially the main big chamber where there are the two metopes, the two decorations of the temple of Zeus, are really amazing. From the 10th century, this is a sanctuary for Zeus, but from the 7th century they decided that they will do the games to honor him. Since 771, I'm so terrible with dates. I'm gonna put them, if it's not correct, I'm gonna add the correct one. And that was every 4 years. So it went for 7 centuries, and then for another 4 centuries AD, until the Christian emperors banned them because they thought that it's against their religion. So Olympic Games actually ran for 1100 years, and they were reinstated in 1871. I'll check again the dates. Late 19th century, that's much better. Where honorary Greece, it was held in Greece, in Athens, and in Ancient Olympia, and in other areas. and I'm still walking and haven't been to the site yet. Okay, let me show you. I have just reached the second entrance. I just went through the gate and they scanned my ticket, which is this one, and it's valid for a museum and a site. So gymnasium is the area where the athletes were trained, used to train, sorry. I don't know exactly what they were doing, but you know, warming up before they go into the stadium or do all the other games. And this is what remains from one. And here you can see that looks like an altar, because or a temple, because there's a base, although there's a very low base foundation, sorry. Not sure what that is. There is no there's no other sign than the one that says gymnasium, but I see that continue. So all that was a gymnasium. So how large, huh? That looks like a very big building, because there's there's an outside and the inside area. So you see it's surrounded by all those pillars. So it was really, really big. So I was talking yesterday with my sister. I'll get you into a little bit in my family affairs. I have a half sister and a half brother. They are older than me. My sister is 15 years older than me, and I think I mentioned her that she was raised and she was born and raised here. And so she was telling me that when they were children, they used to come here for picnic, wander around, and guess what? There was absolutely no one. There was nobody here. Maybe there was one guard, you know, for the whole area. I don't know. I didn't ask her that, but this is what she told me, that she remembered this area so vividly, and because this was like going away for a day trip for them. This is beautiful. It's the same large area of gymnasium. Wonderful mosaic that is. Beautiful. And all those pine trees. And here you see, they are doing excavations. This one is the Philippeion. You see, it's a circular, looks Ionic columns. But let's see what it says here. Its construction began by Philip II, the Macedonian, after his victory in the Battle of Chaeronea, 338 before Christ, and it was dedicated to Zeus. After Philip's death, it was completed by his son Alexander the Great. It is the only circular building in the Altis. Altis is called the whole area of the sanctuary, and it is encircled by a colonnade. The columns, it's called colonnade. The outer columns of Ionic order, those ones, with bases in the Attic Ionic style, supported an Ionic entablature of shell limestone. The top of the roof, which was laid with clay tiles, ended in a bronze poppy which held the beams together. So it was like that. Philippeion was a heron built in order to glorify the Macedonian dynasty, of which 5 Chryselephantine statues were set up in the interior, crafted by the famous sculptor Leo Harris. I didn't know that there was such a big monument of Herodes Atticus here. This one on the other side looks very Greek, very Doric. Ah, we can go there. Okay, let's go there and see what's that. Oh, and here is an empty space with stones surrounded, which used to be the... it's a prehistoric building. Okay, but let's go over there. So we can climb there. Ah, there is a stadium. All right. But before we go to the stadium, let's climb here. So, here is the Metroon. Doric, I told you, Doric. Peripteral temple. Oh, look how it was, my God. With 6 columns at the narrow and 11 on the long sides. It was dedicated to the mother of gods, Rhea or Kiveli. During Roman times, the temple was used as a cult place in honor of the Roman emperors, and the cella was adorned with the statues. Family was scolded right now because the father thought that it would be a good idea to put his son on top of one of the stones. So the guard went a little bit ballistic, like, no, you're not allowed, calm down. And there was an embarrassing moment, so please respect the place here. They are very strict and they will go crazy if you do anything that is inappropriate, like climbing on the stones. Don't climb on the stones. Take a picture in front of the monument. It's the same. Amazing, because the whole place here is absolutely inspiring. So okay, so here we have a good panoramic view. Yeah, that's the guard. That went a little bit. Yes, and there's the stadium, but I want to walk along here because I want to see what's that. I can see a sign over there. It is you can get to the stadium from here too, but I don't want to go from there. I want to use the entrance where the athletes used to use. However, because here is a little bit at a slightly level, you can see a great panoramic view of the notorious stadium of Ancient Olympia. So here is where we used to run, huh? So I am at the stadium. It was built mid of the 5th century before Christ. The present and final position of the stadium is that of classical times. So apparently there was another one before. The embankments did not have stone seats except for the preserved platform, etc., as we call it still in Greek, for the judges of the Olympic Games, the Ellanodikes. On the south one, on the north embankment, still visible is the altar of Demeter Hamini. The capacity of the stadium is estimated to 45,000 spectators. A monumental entrance, this one, crypti, was erected at the west side of it in the late Hellenistic period. So this is from Rome. So this is a monumental entrance. I suppose that was all closed, huh? But only this remains there. You see, it was everywhere like that. Okay, we have runners there. Yay, let's see who will win. Someone cheated, I think. He didn't go all the way, huh? There is the embankment that they... So there's one monument there, so this is it, guys. I don't suppose you're expecting me to run, huh? Hope not, because I'm not going to, especially in this dress I'm wearing today, because I want to cover myself because of the sun, because I get all those allergies, sun allergies. And so I want to see this one and then the little one there, and go at the end and come back. So this must be one of the embankments, and there's a small altar there. Well, I'll see it when I come back. We have a brave one. Yay! I'm not going to do that. Just before I reach the end of the stadium, it's this line here that continues all the way up. You see, I'm quite far now. Does that mean something? That it is that after that you are almost there? Maybe this is the last. How many meters is that? Don't know, 30, 50. Maybe this, yeah, maybe this is the significance of this line, that you're almost at the end, and then there's another line here. And look at this beautiful surrounding slopes. And this is the end. Okay, I'm here. I did it. Yay! By walking. And or this is the end, because there's this looks like a paved area that goes all around the stadium, and I think maybe it's that or that, don't know. Do we have a historian watching right now, so they can tell us if this is the final line or if this is? And we have those as well, which serve some purpose. I believe during spring this area must have a lot of flowers. Out of the stadium to go this way and see what else we have here. So what have we got here? Oh, yeah, you see, because people are sitting on the stones and it's not allowed. So I was saying, what did we have here? We have the votive monument of Ptolemy II. During the turbulent age of the successors following the death of Alexander the Great 323 before Christ, the Ptolemaic dynasty, based in Alexandria, Egypt, sponsors around 270 before Christ the construction of a monument in front of the Echo Stoa. That's the Echo Stoa in the back. You see, all this is the Echo Stoa, and those are the votive, the monuments from the dynasty. So in order to promote its leaders in the conscience of the pilgrims of the sanctuary of Olympia, a podium is built about 20 meters in length and 4 meters wide. So this is it. And the honorary monument, one of the biggest of this kind, was dedicated by the commander of the Egyptian fleet Callicrates to the sanctuary of Zeus in honor of the royal couple in whose service he was. There should be the second one, but it's either gone or I see those three, maybe they belong here, or maybe those three do not belong here. But this has been fully restored. Let's see. This is Nero's house. Wow! Elaborately built villa with a peristyle court. This one, I suppose. Many rooms, gardens and a luxurious bath, the so-called octagon. They built him a villa to participate in the Olympic Games. This is, you know, it was such a great honor for everyone to participate the games, and there were very strict rules. But before the Romans conquered Greece, it was only Greeks who were allowed. That's a really big building here, and apparently there are mosaics. Now let's see them. Oh, there. No, there aren't, but yeah, maybe they are that way. So this is the villa of Nero. I don't know where the mosaics are. Maybe they're inside, maybe they're over there, but we're not allowed to go in. Maybe you can see something from here. Here? No, there's nothing. Nothing I can see. Okay, let's go back and see if there is anything left. See? Otherwise, I'm so looking forward to a coffee. Yeah, and maybe grab a bite or something. Maybe. This looks like a very big temple. Maybe this is the temple of Zeus. Yes. So, temple of Zeus, 470 to 457 before Christ. Doric peripheral temple with 6 columns at the narrow and 13 columns at the long side. It was the model of the Doric order temple. Libon the Elian was the architect of the monument. And this is where in the museum, you will see, I'll put photographs of that. There are 2 pediments were now in the museum, decorated with marble sculptures depicting mythological scenes. east pediment it is a contest between Pelops and Nomos, and the west pediment is the fight between the Lapids and Centaurus. It's huge, really. Well, maybe I can go that way. So this is something else that you will see in the museum. This is the base of a magnificent marble statue that's called you see, it's a triangle, huh? The Victory, it was dedicated to the Victory or Nike goddess, but the statue is kept inside the museum for obvious reasons. I was saying that Zeus was the king of everyone, gods, goddesses, deities, humans, animals, everything. And he could do whatever he wanted, basically. And this was his main sanctuary. Although there are temples of Zeus, of course, all over Greece. We have one in Athens. It's called the Olympion. It's near the Acropolis, but it's a different. That has a strange story, and it has nothing to do with like it was here in Ancient Olympia, because that was a Roman construction, finally. So here there are more buildings there, and I'm still walking around the sanctuary, the main temple of Zeus. Can you imagine how grand that must have been? Huge. Well, let's see if I can go a little closer. I think this is the closest I can go, but this is not the main entrance. It was the other side, but at least here you can see. Imagine, this was one of the many pillars that was all around. I'm gonna add the dimensions just for your information. There's a lot of restoration going on here, and look what they've done. Wonderful job. They put this little gravel up. Another big building. It says it's restoration and conservation of the building of southern thermes. This is protection of southern therme, the baths, and offering to the audience of a totally restored monument of Roman era of Olympic sanctuary. Oh, look at the money. Pretty. So they restored the whole area, and here is another huge building that, from what I understand, maybe we can see it a little better from here. I see there's toilets over there, but there is also nice toilets in the museum. There's a sign right across there. Last monument before I'm done. I'm tired. So they are restoring the Paleochristianic Basilica in Ancient Olympia, and yeah, we can go in, but something like that. See, that must be an amazing monument. So what I'm doing now, I'm going back to my car, and go to have a coffee and something to eat, because I need my minerals to go up. I feel tired. See you soon at the cafe. Okay.